What is up, Rad Potential YouTube? Welcome to another Radformational video where we're going to be talking about rally cars and why they need to be street legal, because a lot of people don't quite understand the full magnitude of what happens at a rally event, right? You just race stages and go fast, right? So behind me here, what we've built on the channel, and I suggest go check out the rest of those videos. This is a Rod Millen SCCA Pro Rally Tribute Rally car that we've been building. It's a tribute to his all-wheel drive car, and I'm kind of going to use it as an example, as a case study for today. Now, my background, okay, I'm not by any means a rally pro. I've raced 2 events, completed one of them. The other one we crashed out a little bit over halfway, but you live and you learn. In the course of completing that first event, you really learn a lot about rally, and rally has been like my #1 sport. Now, rally is obviously expensive and probably one of the harder sports to get going in versus like competing in track days and stuff. Regardless, let's talk about the rally and how it works. Okay, so your standard off-road rally, right? The big thing that you're going to see here that you're going to like is stages. But there's more to it. Okay, so when you start the rally, right, got to go through tech, got to get all your gear certified, got to get all that stuff done. But once you're all done with that, the morning of the event, you have to show up to what's called Park Exposé right here, which is basically a car show of all the rally cars in the morning. Okay, everybody hangs out. It's usually super early. And the key thing about Park Exposé, and you're going to hear me talk about in rally, is that you're on time. All right, everything in rally, you have to be on time. Okay, when you check into Park Exposé in the morning, they're going to give you a checkout time, right? So a time that you and your car and your co-driver have to be ready to check out, sign your slip, and you're on the way to the first stage. Okay, but right there, on the way to the first stage. That doesn't mean you're at the first stage, right? So the big thing here that I highlighted off to the side, and this is one of the things is why your rally car is street legal, okay? Transit. So in addition to having stage notes in your little book, or if you have tulip notes, or if you write your own notes, in addition to having stage notes, the rally event organizer is going to give you transit directions. Okay, and these can be in the form, like I said, they can be tulips, which are little signs if it's more of a regional style rally. The bigger ones have like Jimba notes, a little bit more detailed. And basically, those are the directions to get you from where you're at to the stage. And then you also have to be on time for your minute when you need to arrive at the stage. Okay, it's all going to be written down on this little slip. Your co-driver needs to be mildly mathematically inclined. Okay, if you have somebody that can't do math, bring a calculator, because yeah, you got to be able to do math. Drivers, we don't have to do much math. The co-driver got to do the math. So you're going to add the time they give you for your transit, and you're going to drive to the first stage, and that's going to be your minute of when you need to arrive. So checkout time plus the transit time when you need to arrive. Now, being early is much, I guess it's weird. Being early is good, but you don't want to pull into the gates early. You want to wait until your right time, then pull into the gates for the first stage. Being late, I don't think has as much of a penalty as being early, but you should make sure that whatever your event organizers are doing, you understand the penalties for being late or early to a stage. So once you complete your stage, you go full rip, the thing counts down, you take off. The cars are all on the stage, or I guess not all, but on the stage at the same time, but they're not necessarily next to each other. Yes, you will pass cars, and I've passed cars in my event that were like flipped over on their lid or on the side, and they hold up their big OK sign and they cheer you on, and it's an awesome, it's like good to see, but bad to see, you know, feel bad for the cars, for the drivers that are either out or need to get flipped back over, but it's good to see that everyone was okay if they got the OK sign up. And that's the whole thing too, the safety of it. If you're driving down the rally course, you see somebody hold a red cross. If there's not a driver already stopped there, then it's your job to go down and get the safety people. So if you're the first person on the scene, then you need to stop and and help the second guy goes and gets people. Anyways, rally, street legal. What are we talking about? Getting too into the details. I'm not really an expert, but hey, you're learning stuff. And that's why you're here. Radformation. So you race all your stages. You transit between the stages. Same deal. Finish a stage, transit, you drive to the next one. Generally, there's like 3 to 4, and then you get a service. Okay. Services are much like Park Expose. Once you check in, they'll give you a checkout time, and you have to check out in that time. So you're going to have 30 minutes to work on your car, do whatever you need to do, take a leak, go find the porta potty, get a drink, eat some food, have your, just hang out, do whatever, cool down. And once you get done with that 30 minutes, then you have to check out in 30 minutes. Penalties for being late or early. Okay, now you got to get fuel in your car, right? At some point, I drive rotaries. Rotaries are thirsty, rally cars. So the other RX-7 that I had, the yellow one, which you see the door up here, in the 3 stages, or I guess 4 stages I ran at Southern Ohio Forest Rally, we burned almost 12 gallons of gas running those stages. Had to fill it up at service, put 10 gallons in, and then the next set, burn more gas. So generally, morning stages, you get a service. More stages, you get another service. And then you get to the end. Notice, survive. So at service is where you fill up with fuel. There's a fueling spot. That time you check out a service, then you go to fueling. It's not quite included in your service time unless you just get out early. But notice all these things aren't necessarily close together, okay? You could transit 5 to 10 miles to get to the service place from the last stage. Like you could transit 20 miles to get to the service place. Generally, they're reasonably close, at least the 2 events I ran, but it could be further away. So I ran Show Me Rally and Southern Ohio Forest Rally. So Show Me is the fall version of Rally in the 100 Acre Wood, more of a regional one, but similar roads. So through all that, right, you've never heard me say that any of the roads are blocked off. The only roads that are blocked off during a rally are the stages. So when you're transiting your race car, right, this is why it has to be street legal. When you're transiting your race car from stage to stage, from service to stage, from wherever, you're driving back and forth, you are on a public road with normal cars that aren't race cars, right? So you got to operate turn signals. You have to follow speed limits. Very key. If you're running late, do not speed. You can't get pulled over or penalized by the event organizer. And your car has to have all that sort of stuff that functions, right? You got to have headlights. You got to have turn signals. You got to have all that nonsense on your car. And like RX-7's got pop-ups, so of course we're going to leave the pop-ups working. But you got to have all this stuff functional. So don't expect your race car to just be a race car, right? And here's the other thing too, if you're building a rally car. Street legal means it has to be registerable, which means your car has to have a VIN number. So if you just pick up a shell and you're going to build a race car out of it and you want to start racing rally, you've got to get a title and you have to get a license plate for that car, because when you're at the event, you're driving on public roads. So that's what makes rally, kind of sets it apart from a lot of the other styles of events out there. But what's super fun is the entirety of the event, right? Hanging out with the other drivers, meeting fans, racing some stages, back at service, you get a little bit of a break, racing some more stages, maybe you want to change some alignment stuff, maybe you got to change tires, maybe your car's not running right, gives you a little bit of a chance to fix it, right? The key thing, and I'll tell you this from a new guy, okay, still very much a novice, very much a new guy, from a new guy, survive. The most important thing I can tell you, finish the event, okay? One of the guys, actually the guy I got this car from, the guy I got my yellow car from, is saying, just cool your jets, drive the road, finish the event, because that's going to mean more to you than trying to be Travis Pastrana and crashing the car that you just spent all your hard-earned effort and money on in your first event, right? I at least saved to crash my car till the second event, but you'll have that. So with that being said, rally cars, they got to be street legal. You're driving them on roads, they got to shred, but they also have to be street legal. So with that, guys, thank you very much for tuning in this video. I just had a wild hair tonight while I was tinkering on the race car. We got the cooling stuff done. I was making the little tube for the overflow, fixing a brake line, painting my license plate bracket, which is why I actually thought about this. So I was getting ready to stick the license plate bracket on and put my license plate on. I'm like, oh, hey, that'd be a good video topic. Let's explain rally and tell people why rally cars are street legal, because it's got to be key. Now, I'm going to run a plate that says Wankel, but for those of you who actually know, I don't live in Indiana. I live in Tennessee. The car is registered in Tennessee, so that plate will go on it, but had to register it. Just had to prove street legal rally car, right? So with that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Go check out the rally car videos. Comment below with any questions. And I'm stoked you guys are here. Stoked you guys are learning about rally. It's kind of a dying sport. And as much as I can be a purveyor of the sport to keep it going, I will. And hopefully, you know, this car will be up for sale here soon if it's not sold already by the time you're watching the video. And, you know, hopefully the person that buys it is racing it. And don't worry, I got more plans. I got other rally cars coming through the weeds. We've got stuff going on. Okay, we've got stuff going on. So subscribe to the Rad Potential YouTube channel. Hang out. It's a cool community. We're trying to make this thing big, trying to grow it. And let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep it rad. Come here. You got to say bye. You got to say goodbye. Come on. You say goodbye? You sit? You sit? You want to meet the viewers? Nice to meet you. You too. Peace, guys.